Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Welmu and Minato on New Gettysburg, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Welmu from Ents Gaming. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Minato from Cascade Gaming with the awesome blue tiger logo. Alright, so a PvZ red versus blue here on New Gettysburg, the latter edition. I know some of you have requested that I do different colors for the players from time to time. I would love to, but I can't change that. It's pretty much what they chose. If it's a custom game, they have the ability to choose different colors. But if it's a ladder game, I believe it's just going to be red versus blue for 1v1, and there's not anything you can do about it. Correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't really explored it too much. But I believe that's the case. I love the greens. I love the purples. I mean, I love the different options that we have. I said teal about a week ago, and someone was like, that's aquamarine. Yes, I mean, it wasn't teal. It definitely wasn't. Good probe scout here from Welmu does see the pool first, and I've been told that's pretty much just get a queen out early is why Minato would do this. So he's going for the queen early play, some harassment hanging here from the probe, getting actually attacked by some drones. Minato losing a little bit of mining time to deal with that annoying probe does force him away. But you gotta wonder who came out on top there. Extractor now on the way for Amato after the hatch goes down, so it's a pool hatch extractor build, which means he's not going to have speed anytime soon, but he will have queens up, he will have lings up, and hopefully he should be able to defend from any kind of harass without speedlings. Cybernetics core on the way for Welmu. And Welmu, I don't want to say where he's from and mess it up. I don't want to say, that worries me. Welmu. Welmu. StarCraft 2 is from Finland. He is Finnish. Alright, wonderful. I was going to say another country. I'm glad I didn't. Finnish, the Finnish player Welmu. He's a professional. He has played in professional tournaments against people such as Polt, which has got to be pretty darn scary, but he is here today against Minato of Cascade Gaming. Some lings chasing this probe home. Get out of here. You stole our minerals. Give them back. No. The Zerglings do not chase because there's definitely an adept getting chrono boosted out. And they don't want to meet the adept because they will straight up die. Nexus just about to complete for Welmu. Hatch already up for Minato. And Welmu is up close to that 100 Vespene gas barrier. And there's the speed, immediate speed there for the Zerg player. Lings knocking down the unbuildable bricks just below the ramp. Again, just to avoid a misclick, just to give your Lings something to do. I guess just to warm them up. It'd be interesting. I mean, I don't know if it'd be super viable, but it'd be interesting if you could level up units in a game of StarCraft 2, right? You start these lings out, they knock down these unbuildable bricks, they get some XP. You run them over here, you knock down these rocks, they get more XP. Maybe they level up to level 2 after that, which gives them more attack and more health. I don't know. It definitely changed things for sure. I mean, it would make it more like Warcraft 3, where you had heroes you could level up in the RTS. Not everything could level up, but the heroes definitely could. And people took advantage of that absolutely for sure. So Adept Psionic transfers into the main, doesn't like what she sees and gets out of there. Cancels that transfer. Immediately resonating glaives being researched by Welmu. Alright, that's pretty good stuff. Okay, research coming in. We're going to see some high DPS adepts here in this game, which is always fun to watch. Lair on the way for Minato. And speed just about to complete. He doesn't have many lings. I think he just has the... He's got 4. Is all he's got, but only 2 adepts for Welmu. So this is shaping up to be one heck of a macro-style game here on New Gettysburg, the latter edition. I need to do a short games compilation again, don't I? Don't I? I think I do. I'll have to pull some of those out from a recent tournament and just do a whole bunch of short games to show you what is up with those. A robotics facility on the way for the Welmu. Double spine crawler here for Minato. He is worried about early adept harass. The problem is they can just psionic transfer their way right past those spine crawlers and act like they don't exist. So I'm not sure exactly what the point of those is, unless they want to fight around here, which they might want to. I don't know. Mothership core patrolling this ramp into the natural by Welmu. Worried about some early ling harass, but there just really isn't any. Minato showing no sign of that whatsoever. 3 spines. Wow, he's really worried about another spine. What are you doing, Minato? What are you doing that is sneaky? Infestation pit. That's an early, a 4-minute infestation pit, you guys. More spine crawlers. He is trying some kind of a 2-base thing. And he wants to be left alone. He doesn't want to die. before you can get that strategy working. So that's what these spine crawlers are. Infestation Pit could be Swarm Host. I don't want to say it is because, I mean, we've seen them recently in a couple games, but Nidus coming in. Is this, that's a Swarm Host. Is this another Nidus Swarm Host play? Holy smokes. Holy smokes, this could be like our Dead Zerg versus Covention game that we had a couple weeks ago. You've probably seen it, but if not, I'm going to put a link in the top right here. Please go check it out, Dead Zerg versus Covention. It might give you an idea of what you're going to see here in this game. Adepts refusing to finish that psionic transfer. They keep coming into the natural and then canceling, coming up to the main, and then canceling. There's that first Nidus Worm, and the Swarm Host immediately popping into that Nidus Worm. Nidus Worm, or Nidus Network, rather. This is a network. This is a Nidus Worm popping out in this natural, or this, not a natural, it's an island in the bottom left side of this map here. There's the eruption, and here come the Swarm Hosts, and they're going to burrow real quick. Nope, throwdowns actually spawn locusts. They can't burrow without the upgrade, but they're spawning locusts, and here they come. Are you ready for this? You're going to lose this forge. Oh, Welmu, look out. Here we go. Adepts trying to do stuff here in the natural, but spine crawlers murdering them so quickly, and they're all gone. Going after workers, actually, is what these locusts are doing. So many probes dying. Welmu, pull the workers. Blorp. Explosions, fireworks. Gonna go for another round. Another round. A couple more locusts are flying. This is the only good thing, really, that Swarm Hosts are for. Some wings running into this third base, getting a surround on some of the sentries. One sentry gonna die. Two sentries. All three sentries die. Huge pickup there by Minato. That was so important for the Zerg player. Absolutely massive that he get those sentries. So now they're gone. So there are some adepts and some stalkers here, but they would feel so much better if they had some sentries on their sides, continuing to make Swarm Hosts. Here's Minato, another swarm of locusts coming into this main base. Welmu seems unconcerned by this, and these guys are going after the Nexus. Their DPS is so good. Can they get the Nexus before they explode? No. It's close, though. Only 388 hit points left on the Nexus. The next round is going to do it. Welmu is doing absolutely nothing to stop this from happening. What is your plan, Welmu? You can't just lose all your stuff in your main like this. Two more locusts landing. Blurp. Trying to get that probe. There it is. Getting the probe. Harvesting Vespine gas. Knocking it down to 208 hit points. Here comes an attack by Welmu right up the front. These spine crawlers, though, are basically here for this. And there we go. Locusts coming on in. Getting out of there is Welmu. Here we go. Once again, Minato trying to get that Nexus, and it's going to fall. Main Nexus gone. Kablooey! Just like that. There are so many minerals left. So much Vespine geysers here as well, taking a base. Here is Minato. This is turning into basically a carbon copy of Dead Zerg versus Covention. War Prism trying to sneak on in here with some adepts and get some damage done, but I mean, I don't know if that's actually going to happen here. Swarm Host coming out, throwing up some locusts, and immediately forcing retreat by the Welmu. Another Nidus Worm erupting. Oh, just right inside the main of Welmu. That's okay. I'm just going to drop here. Trying to expand everywhere as Welmu. He's got a fifth base coming up now in that middle left side. But Swarm Hosts are taking down warp gates. One warp gate. Two warp gates. Pylons being murdered as well. That forge does finally end up falling. It was not a priority target, but might as well get it now. And Welmu's losing everything, you guys. He's going to lose this robotics facility if he's not careful. Another attack from Stalkers. No attack upgrades whatsoever on these guys. The Swarm Hosts ready and waiting. Launching some more of these Locusts into the sky. Spine Crawlers getting damage as well. Locusts trying to murder what they can, but they die pretty quickly. Only 4 of them. They're coming in waves of about 4, unfortunately for Minato. I think you'd like to see a bigger swell of them, but the timing isn't really working. That's a better one. That's a huge one. There we go. Time to run. If you're Welmu, just get out of the range of the Locust. They're not very fast, especially off creep. But they're going to stand and fight. That Immortal might actually die. I think that should be the target here of Minato. And yes, he does get all 3 of the Immortals. God, they're so good. They are so good. They hit so stinking hard. +1 missile attack is on the way from Minato, but that's just unupgraded Locusts is what that is. Acid Spit, 12 damage. Weapon speed, 0.43. They hit fast, and they hit hard, but they are slow moving, so they can be kited fairly well. This group of Swarm Hosts here in the main base is just constantly launching Locusts wherever they need to go. It's 132 to 85 total supply in favor of this Zerg player. So technically it's 3 base to 3 base, 53 to 44 harvesters. The better economy is here for Welmu, but he doesn't have an answer for these locusts. Are they just going to swarm right in here and try to go for that nexus? They are. They're getting a full surround on the nexus. Double photon overcharge, killing the locusts fairly quickly. They will not be able to take down the nexus before they explode, but it's going to be very, very close. 3 remaining locusts trying to get it, but no. 200 hit points remaining. The nexus at the natural does survive. How many dead probes? 27 dead probes so far in this game. Welmu trying to attack the front. Seems to be a strategy, but there are a lot of spine crawlers here. A lot of spines. Some lings running around for additional bases they can kill. Locusts murdering everything in this natural. The nexus does end up falling. The robotics bay is gone as well. Queen here trying to deal with remaining warp gates inside the main base. The creep spread is insane right there. And it's just looking bad. Where are these swarm hosts going? They're walking right past this mothership core and just getting murdered in the face. Some adepts coming into the main and actually going to town on these drones fairly well. There are some queens here. There are some locusts, but the adepts are fast enough to stay out of range before anything bad happens to them. And these adepts are pretty effective, actually. I mean, they don't want to go into the natural. There's a lot of locusts down there. Not so many in the main. Queen going to end up falling. Adepts with that resonating glaives upgrade. Another worm explosion just north of this attempted 5th base by Welmu up along the left side. Welmo seems surprisingly unperturbed by this. I don't... Some swarm hosts with a bad rally, I'm going to assume, get picked off by stalkers just outside the entrance to the natural base. Minato's up 140 to 121 total supply. He doesn't have a huge advantage, but Locust murdering more and more of these probes. Long distance, bad transfer here by Welmu to this 5th base. So many dead probes. 52 probes killed so far, but it's still 48 to 46 workers. Welmu has the lead. He's almost playing this like a Zerg where he can afford to absorb the losses because he's expanding so much. Stalkers come in. They do catch these swarm hosts out of their hive. They take down the Nidus Worm. The 5th nexus falls. Queen gallantly taking down all the remaining buildings inside the main base of Welmu. Has 2 kills already. Might actually end up getting 3 unless these swarm hosts assist with her. And Void Ray's out. So Void Ray here by Welmu. Again, these locusts cannot attack air. The swarm host cannot attack either. I like the choice to go Void Ray. In that previous game of Dead Zerg versus Convention, people said Void Rays are the answer. That they are the way to go here. I just don't know if it's too late, is what I'm saying. Twilight Council, 47 hit points remaining, but is definitely still alive. Void Ray needs to focus. There we go. Trying to take out that queen. And we'll get it eventually here. Still some adepts back in the natural base, trying to kill as many drones as they can. 30 drones have been killed, which is nothing to sneeze at. It is still a pretty big number, but that cybernetics core is going to die. Single Void Ray, not quite enough to make this happen. 2 more Void Rays coming in, 3 Void Rays. So a total of 4 Void Rays, forcing a full retreat of swarm hosts back into that worm inside the main, but that gateway is dead, and the only thing left in Welbu's main and natural, that is Protoss, is a single pylon. More locusts murdering that 3rd base of Welmu, and he's just got 4 Stargates. He's pumping Void Rays as fast as he possibly can. He still has more workers than his opponent. The Void Rays showing up here at Secret Island base. Oh no, this is not looking good. Void Rays, oh, they can shoot through the walls. They just can't actually fly through the walls. That's interesting. Oh, lost one to a Spore Crawler. That's not good. That is not good. Do they have prismatic alignment? I don't think they do. Another Spore Crawler here is up on the way. Another attack of Stalkers at the front. Getting pushed away. I don't think Stalkers are getting through that. Unfortunately, prismatic alignment being used very well on these Spore Crawlers. I think Welmu might end up winning this thing. Ah, it's going to be close. I don't know. Locusts are just going to town on these workers. 76 probes have died so far, but Secret 3rd base by Minato is gone. He's down to 1 mining base, essentially, which is bad. But no, the Stargates, direct attacks from the Locust, taking out every single Stargate. So good. Even just with +1 missile attack helps immensely for them. Their attack speed is so fast. It adds up. It adds up very, very quickly. So Welmu trying to take Secret Gold Base up north, which might be enough here. Void Rays flying all over the place. That main base is surprisingly unprotected. If you're Minato, he has a queen, but no Spore Crawlers. No hide. Okay, he's making 10 Hydras. Where are they? They're going to pop here at the natural to hopefully deal with the Void Rays. But Stalkers actually catching up to some of these Swarm Hosts, doing extra damage versus Armored. Can they get them? Swarm Hosts falling. Great micro on display here by Welmu, taking out as many of those as he can. 12 Swarm Hosts have died so far. Void Rays show up, but guess what? There are in fact Hydras. There are in fact Queens. All with +2 attack now. And the Void Rays are forced to retreat. Okay, so Minato had enough. Had enough to defend his main base. Welmu has one mining base right now, unless you count the gold up top, which I don't, because there's no mining happening there. 35 to 18 harvesters, though. Welmu is up. Welmu is up right now. Void Rays doing what they can, killing as many drones. Can they take down the lair? No. The Hydras show up. 4 of them. Nope, more and more coming on in, enough to force the Void Rays away. One of them does get picked off by the range of those Hydras, even without muscular augments. Good range there. Stalkers coming in by Welmu. Guess what found the secret base? Not the secret base, but the 5th base by Welmu. All these swarm hosts and all of the locusts in the entire world. It's 123 to 53 total supply. Minato has a nice lead right now, and that's it. A GG. GG out of Welmu. Welmu is defeated, and Minato is victorious for Cascade Gaming today. So we've seen this before, but man, no less weird, no less impressive the second time we see it than the first. I mean, Welmu did the right thing. He went for Void Rays, but I feel like maybe you go for Void Rays earlier. Maybe you don't do that push with Stalkers here at the front. You just go for the Void Ray. You try to burn down the Swarm Host as best you can, kill Nidus Worms as they pop, and then kind of keep the Zerg on 2 bases. Maybe you do get some Adepts to deal with the Hydras, but don't necessarily go Stalker. I'm not sure that's what he wanted to do in the long run. And I mean, since he lost, it's kind of hard to argue with that. So great job by Minato making this thing work. Protoss player struggling with this strategy, I'd have to say. Okay, all right. That's going to be it, though. That's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Robert Farmer, KN, Matt Meermans, Hakon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Kith Carlo, Alexander Canaras, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estagoy, Bo Brissett, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Manhattan, GMP, Sik Kupata, Pedro Batsaris, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Chang, Rajiv Bhatt, link at the top right. Thank you. Bye.